Hey everyone, I'm currently bored because I'm waiting for a stupid DVD export to happen, and what's it at, 93%? And I've been waiting how many minutes now? Like half an hour plus? So while I'm waiting for this thing to finish export, I thought I'd happen to film a video about thumbnails. Yes, the most random thing ever. So let's discuss thumbnails. Let's discuss my worst and my best, what makes them great, what makes them bad, etc, etc. Cue the intro. Alright, so if we open up my folder with tons of thumbnails, you know what, let's try zooming in. Whoa, that's a lot of thumbnails. So my thumbnails have kind of evolved over the years as I've been doing YouTubing. So for example, if I can find one of my originals here. Oh yeah, like right here. This is one of my original thumbnails that you guys might recognize, but you can tell it's basically the Google Images gradient background along with a couple PNGs and such. Not the best thumbnails ever, but the biggest change that I've been applying to most of my thumbnails is I've used 3 different Photoshops so far. I've used the drawings thing in Google Drive at first, which is how I made this thumbnail. I then used a different Photoshop tool which created thumbnails like this. And now finally I actually switched to Photoshop, and using Photoshop I'm now generating thumbnails. Something like this. Thumbnails have definitely evolved over the years, but the biggest reason why I've decided, you know what, I'm gonna look back at some thumbnails. The reason for this is because me and my sister were randomly browsing through these one day and discovered, wow, I suck at Photoshop when it comes to photoshopping my face. I wanted to see some of my best and worst examples of posing for thumbnails, so let's start with this one right here. Oh yeah, not my best posing. How did I take this background? Oh yeah, I used that previous program. So there's 3 different methods that I've tried using when taking myself or taking the background out of my posing shots, and let's just say that the first one did not go so great. Second one was better, but not that great either. Though my new method, which thanks to iOS 16 really makes it easy, is now basically just literally long press and hey, it pulls my whole self out of the background, which is awesome. But yeah, I can definitely tell just by looking in this corner area right here that let's just say that original tool I've been using didn't quite get my hair right in terms of taking me out of the background. Though the rest of it looks pretty easy and self-explanatory. I'm supposed to act surprised. Wow, I just look weird. And this is the biggest thing me and my sister were constantly going over. Wow, I do not look like how I should be posing on all of my thumbnails. I'm probably gonna have a weird look in this thumbnail on the video that you clicked on as well. Okay, so this was my thumbnail for my video on Apple support just completely failing to help me out. And the issue was my AirPods Pro. They kept turning off those same 2 features. Got plenty of videos on the Random Alpha Gadgets. By the way, that channel finally hit 100 subscribers. Might want to go check it out if you're into gadgets. So because it was an issue with my AirPods, this time I always accidentally leave my AirPods in my ears for some reason. I don't know why, though this time they're actually intentional. I wanted those AirPods in my ears. Wow, I don't look upset. I just look like, excuse me, what? I am so bad at posing for thumbnails. Why am I that bad? Okay, this time I erased the background by myself, and it's a little better than that previous tool, but not by much. This is just a shot where I'm just there to be there. I don't know why I have that shot there. You got this. Ooh, this is the thumbnail for the Pro Apps discount bundle I made. Whoa, what's this face? Except I don't know if it actually looks like that. I have to say, masking out the cache right there was a big pain. It was so hard to do, especially in this area right here, because it looks almost so white. Getting the cache maxed out was already difficult enough. This thumbnail does involve my face, but I usually reserve this for unboxing scenes or various other things. But yeah, as you can see, this is literally just a scene pulled out of one of my videos. That was an easy thumbnail to make. It's just pull a scene out. I did a terrible job at masking out the laptop itself, and then a couple text items, and that was it. Another job where I masked myself out, and let's just say, okay, I didn't do that bad of a job, but you can clearly tell that I erased the border edges of my hair and such, because there's just lines that look like, okay, they should be continuing, but it's just not. And oh gosh, wow, I didn't realize I did that bad of a job masking in this area. Huh. Oh, it appears that DVD's done. I gotta change that out. All right, next thumbnail. What do we have here? Oh, the XPS review. So this was actually the second time, I think, I actually tried using the grab my face from photos and then just, well, share it to the Mac without taking the background with it. So this method, from what I see, is actually the most reliable in terms of actually getting me out of the background. So ever since I discovered that, yeah, I think I'm going to switch to that method, and well, this is working much better than before. All right, what else do we have for thumbnails? We've also have this one. This was when I was using that. Was this the masking, or was this the? No, this is background delete. This is the original method. Yeah, I'm supposed to look like. I'm not too sure about this, but oh, I am so bad at posing for thumbnails. I just look so weird in all of them for some reason. Next, we have this one, another background where I masked myself out. Okay, I was supposed to be excited, but I don't look excited. I just look like surprised for some reason. I don't know why. Why am I in this thumbnail? What am I doing? I don't get it. Why am I so bad at posing for thumbnails? Here's a thumbnail with a compilation of all my well, some of my thumbnails. Of course I forgot to shave in that one. Why did I forget to shave in that one? I don't know. Another masking job. I don't think, yeah, I definitely did not do the best, because as you can see, there's like some lighter ends here where it's kind of obvious something else is supposed to go there, but yeah, bad Photoshop job. I really suck at Photoshop. I really do. Oh yeah, and then my terrible masking around the HomePod Mini itself. Wow, that just looks so bad. Good thing thumbnails are usually seen small and not blown up and big like this. Another masking job. Here's a problem when trying to mask out an image like this where I'm looking sideways. The thing is, I wear glasses, and glasses actually reflect light in a weird way. So yeah, as you can see down here, my face comes up and it should, in theory, kind of curve like that up to this point here. But no, it doesn't. The reason why it doesn't look like that is because my glasses are literally distorting my face like that. And then I also have to remember to get into my glasses here and erase the wall that's usually showing there. So yeah, masking out glasses and poses like these, it's really annoying. Thank goodness, apparently that new method I'm using actually does that for me, and it does a very good job at it. So I'm not complaining too much. Another masking job. Again, wow, I really keep forgetting to shave. Why do I keep forgetting to shave in so many of these? Okay, I'm supposed to look bored in this, and I guess I've, well, mission accomplished. You can see in the reflection of my glasses that I was using my iPhone to take this picture, because, well, that's what you gotta do when you're on a budget. Oh my gosh, that is awful. Oh, this has to be my worst masking job ever. Why did it turn out this bad? It's probably because I used like that portrait mode and tried to mask out the black background. But the problem is you then erase shadows and it looks less natural, and then you get this weird blob of myself on the screen. Wow, it looks so bad. This is a better one. I think was this, no, this might have been the first one I've actually used that background separation tool in iOS 16. Okay, it's not the best. It's a little fuzzy and weird up here, but it's way better than what I can do with my masking work, because, oh, you just saw my masking work on that one thumbnail, and whew, you can definitely tell I suck at masking. Yet again, another bad masking job. Oh geez, why is masking hair so difficult? Why is it so hard to make it look natural? Then again, I don't really have the most natural looking hair, so joke's on me. Again, the glasses do that weird thing where it distorts my face, because that's how glasses work. Yeah, not another one of my best works. Thankfully, this one, oh my god, I completely forgot to comb that day. Either I forgot to comb that day, or the humidity was just so bad where my hair was all over the place. But yeah, you can definitely tell this one was way easier for me to do. It's literally just take a shot from Final Cut. This was a scene from Final Cut, and then add iPhone 13 Pro Max unboxing text, and yeah, it's that simple. Man, the humidity must have been bad that day because my hair looks crazy. Okay, not the worst. You know, this actually might have been that old tool I was using. Yeah, this is that old tool I was using. This is not my masking work. So yeah, this is what I'm calling background delete, where I literally just, I take a tool from that old Photoshop tool and I click on the background and then just delete it, and that's how I end up with this. Though it often does not work well in dark areas or bright areas, because depending on what my background is, it does not like handling it. You know what? I think it's all grainy like that because of the selfie cam. The selfie cam on my XS Max was just not that great, now that I notice it. The selfie cam on my 13 Pro Max is way better. Ever since I switched to that, my thumbnails have, with my face, have turned out much better. Yeah, this is another scene. Oh, hey, my sister's in the background of this one. Yeah, just another scene where I unboxed the very laptop I'm recording this on and also editing this on. And yeah, this was a great video. All right, we got this one with another background delete job. Yeah, it didn't really handle shadows that well, though you have to admit, this actually works really well when you got it in a black background like this. So that old delete tool worked well in black background. backgrounds, but didn't work well in basically any other background. You could definitely tell where its issues were. Except actually this isn't too bad, other than parts of my hair are so dark you literally can't see. Well, you can't necessarily tell where it is, so it's almost looking like I fade into the background somehow. It's weird. Oh, I didn't even realize that I accidentally cut off the tip of the apple here. Huh, my bad. Oh well, I guess you don't notice these details when these thumbnails are that small. Next up, ooh, yeah, this was a really bad job with that delete tool. As you can tell, here's where the delete tool does not come in very handy. It's trying to mask out all of this. Finding the edge of that is really hard to do. All right, here's where I mask it out myself again, and I guess I really needed a haircut at that time because you just got that weird bulge coming out, and that was literally my hairline. There was no hair here at all. I didn't erase anything. It's just I really needed a haircut. Okay, this is another delete tool that I used, and you can tell it works. It works so well in these black backgrounds, but just not well in any other lighted background. And oh, here's another. Yeah, I completely forgot. Here's a corner here that's cutting into the highlights of this Apple logo here. Wow, I really did not nail any of these thumbnails for quite a long time. I didn't even notice that tip was pointing out there. Next one. God, I'm so bad at Photoshop. I hate it when I see these dark lines around my face like that. It's so awful. I also forgot to shave in that. I was not happy with Amazon, and man, I just look so weird. I'm really that bad at posing for thumbnails, evidently. Oh yeah, this is where I became a substitute teacher. That was an interesting experience. Oh yeah, you see right there? I accidentally had an AirPod in. I made this photo actually in the morning when I was listening to music, and I forgot to take out my AirPods. Why do I do stupid things like that? I'm trying to pay more attention to the details of these thumbnails. You know, maybe that's why nobody clicks on my videos. My thumbnails work is just that bad. Unboxing a supercharger. It's basically this supercharger housing with a black lightning cable that I've wrapped around inside of it, because yeah, as you see, if I take it out, it's a lightning cable. Made a video on that. Should be obvious that I made a video about that. This is the thumbnail to that video. Next up, we have this thumbnail where I think this was... Yeah, this was my last time doing my masking job. No, I just forgot that the feature existed. I hadn't tried it yet, but yeah, this is still masking work. This is not iOS 16's work at all. Yeah, this was shot by my XS Max again. I need to note to self, you gotta use the 13 Pro Max for taking photos of your face for thumbnails. Otherwise, it just looks so grainy. The rear camera on my XS Max is fine. It's just the front camera wasn't all that great. In fact, I've been looking at some old vlogs where I used that selfie cam, and it just doesn't look that great. Next up, oh, did I really mask that out? Okay, wasn't actually too bad of a job. I mean, there's some obvious cutoffs on this edge of my hairline, but the rest of it actually doesn't look all that bad. Okay, there's a little corner radius I see right here, but I guess that wasn't my worst job at masking out a picture. Next up, another scene. Hair is all messed up due to the wind, but I had to use a scenic picture for this thumbnail because this was at Mount Rushmore. Oh man, South Dakota was amazing. This was another scenic picture because I was doing another unboxing, and yeah, pretty much all of my unboxings, they all involve just a picture taken out of the video that I'm editing. So it's pretty much how I ended up with unboxing thumbnails like these. The rest that are all like speculative talk and such, yeah, I guess it's not worth leaving a scene in like that. It just gets boring. My AirPods Max unboxing, yet another scene. This looks really nice actually. And I've managed to blend in the color of my walls with the text here. It's actually fairly similar. They're not exact same, but it's blue and it works. What's this weird funny? Oh yeah, this is me and all my cousins and, well, other family members getting together to film funny videos, evidently. This is another version of that same thumbnail that involved, what was it? What's my next car, I believe? Yeah, so yeah, I basically just flipped that over so it still has the same really awful bad Photoshop of this. Yeah, it's so bad. Oh, wow. Take a look at that blob of a mess in that frame there. Yikes. All right, next up, we have this thumbnail where I did another masking job. I suck at masking. I cannot mask to save my life. And actually, for the car here, the Tesla here, that's actually a delete tool function that I used. Primarily because I couldn't figure out how to mask out this car due to the fact that there's shadows and other black points everywhere, to the point where if I tried masking it out, it just looked hideous. So I figured, you know what, I'm probably better off just attempting to see what the delete tool does and just use it that way, and well, that's what we got. I look miserable. I look sad almost. And again, I forgot to shave. Either that or it's just the graininess of my selfie cam. This was a great turnout from the iOS 16 background removal tool. That just worked great for this pose. Oh, and for the connector, I actually used the delete tool for the connector, but hey, it actually worked pretty well. There was not much to complain about in terms of the delete tool's functionality with the connector. Yeah, I still use two different Photoshop programs, and neither of those can mask out backgrounds just perfectly. perfectly. Well, one, the original Photoshop program I'm using with that delete tool, it was not great at all in terms of anything involving lighter backgrounds. And with actual Adobe Photoshop, which was still what I'm using now for assembling my photos together, but now I'm using a totally different method of masking myself out of the background. Yeah, this was actually a great thumbnail. I like this one. It works really well. Oh man, my braces show really bad. Yeah, in case you didn't know this, guys, I have braces. I really hate. Thank goodness I'm getting them off soon. Another bad delete tool job. Ooh, yeah, this was really bad. Yeah, this is terrible, actually. This appears to be all the thumbnails I have saved on here that have my face in it, at least. There's other random thumbnails where, oh wait, this was the background for my new Skits intro. Yeah, you saw that. So there's that. I got some other backgrounds and thumbnails, like for example, this is a multicolor one because the video is about vehicle colors, because different colors can actually affect visibility for vehicles. So that's why I made that video with a corresponding thumbnail to match. I used to use this little gradient and swirly tool thing in that previous Photoshop thing that I used to use, but I don't really use it that much anymore, other than to say mask out these logos here, because Photoshop doesn't actually mask them out as well as that old program. A big problem that I used to have with a lot of thumbnails, and kind of still exists in some of them, like where's a good example? Oh yeah, this one right here. It just feels messy. Like there's so many things going on in this thumbnail that it kind of feels messy. So I've been working on trying to leave it a little simpler, a little cleaner. Though sometimes you can't really help it, because like you have to talk about the Apple Pro Apps bundle. Well, you need to have every single app that's included in that bundle, of course. And then a mess of cache in my face, of course, because evidently I hear faces actually can get you more clicks. I don't know why, but they say that it does. And that basically sums up the majority of all of my thumbnails that I've been working on over the years. Yeah, the style has changed a lot, and it's probably still going to continue to change, as I am not a thumbnail expert. So yeah, thumbnails are never going to be consistent as they are. So they might be one way now, but they are very subject to change later on, because I suck at Photoshop. All right, thank you for watching. Do me a favor and interact with the stuff below. My name is DeWolf, Random Alpha, signing out.